Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Gemini for the week of September 22nd. And at this time I would like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. And for sharing with others. As well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched. And also clicking on the hypes. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. And for all the lovely comments. Thank you again. All right. And the King of Rods. So standing in your power. You want to get going on something here. You've made a decision and now you're taking action. And you're quite comfortable with doing it. You can see the bigger picture in something that you want to get off the ground. Get moving on. You've overcome many challenges. And you're very focused this week on something new in your life. This can be a career, a project, something that makes you feel more content going forward. You know, because if you're retired, you want something to do. If you're young, you want a new job. If, you know, whatever it happens to be for you. But you are very focused this week on starting this new path for yourself. And the Star card, look at you shine. Like it. Definitely beginning. It's a very lucky card. There's new light in your life. There's more calm. You have faith in the future. And you have a renewed energy to get going again. To step out into the future. Because that's a future card. This is good omens. Things are coming in a good way for you. And many of them unexpectedly. And it helps you to feel more regenerated again. That you can do anything. You can accomplish anything. So it gives you back that zest for life. So that's so nice to see. And it's a very lucky card. Things are really starting to swing around for you. Look at that. 10 of Cups. Happy home. Happy life. Woof. Right place, right time. There's love, there's harmony, bliss, fulfillments, very good relationships. You're happy on the inside as well as the outside, and you feel fulfilled. You really do. This is a dream come true for you in the family way. You are really quite content with your life right now. And the people that you have in it. You have a lot of support around you from others. And you are giving that to others as well. And that's beautiful. That's harmony in its grandest. And the King of Swords. Yeah, making that decision. Owning it. Putting up boundaries. Making people understand that this is how this is going to change. You know, you're telling the brutal, honest truth to some. But you're using your head over your heart. You know, you're not doing it to be cruel. You're doing it to be honest. To help them, you know, shake up their life when you tell them the truth. Sometimes people can't seem to handle that. But you're feeling stronger for doing it because not only is it off your chest, but it makes you realize the power you have to help others by making strong decisions. And the Two of Rods. Yeah, looking out for the future. Planning, progressing. You're making decisions. And you're discovering as you do this, it helps you to have a little more wonder in your life. Like travel plans, try to do things that perhaps you wanted to do but never really acted on. But this is the week you're really looking to the future. Really understanding what it is that makes you feel good. or your desire. So you're really looking into changing something here. Some of you is moving, in fact. And the Tower, yeah, something has happened. And it helps you to realize what you thought was permanent and it was a fixture and everything was going really well and smooth, that it's not so much. And you're finally admitting that to yourself. With this sudden change, it helped you know that where the weaknesses were. You know, this could have been some sort of, God help it, you know, some sort of disaster. You know, the hot water pipe broke and everybody left the building instead of trying to fix it. You know, but this is your awakening now. You're realizing where you're strong and where your foundation is weak. So you are changing that for yourself. And your strength is going to drive you to do that. And you're okay with it because you know once you take action on this, try to fix what needs to be fixed, it will go smoother in the future. But right now, this shake-up is your wake-up. And the Six of Rods, yeah, you stood strong before. You'll do it again. You come from a strong inner person. You know, sometimes you don't always get the recognition that you deserve, but you realize you don't need outer recognition. You need to recognize for yourself how strong you are, how far you've come, and how much progress you've made in your life. That in itself is enough to give you that extra strength again to continue, to keep going, to show others that this is where I came from, this is what I have, this is what I had, look at me now. You know, one of those victory laps. And people are starting to really take that to heart. Like you're really starting to get people saying either to you or behind you, doesn't matter, but it's good because they're saying, you know, if he can do it or she can do it, so can I. And that is a good thing. And the Queen of Pentacles, making sure your finances are in good order, doing what you have to do to invest in yourself for your future. You're definitely not a person to shy away from work. You may not always like it. I don't think anybody does. But you've come to the conclusion that your hard work will pay off. So you're putting away your finances for the future. You know, you're not overspending. You're watching what you buy. You know, making sure that you're getting your money's worth, whatever that is for you. And being content that you have enough. Not in the frame of lack, but strength. And the Hangman, yeah, you definitely had to step back a few times and have a good hard look at yourself. You know, and letting go of things, knowing that new things will come if you can learn to let go. So you've looked at many things in your life, taken a really long, hard look. You know, different viewpoints, listen to different people's ideas, you know, because everybody has a different perspective of what happened, that sort of thing. And it helps you to change your own vision, or maybe something you forgot, whatever it was. But this is your, you know, shake-up. The universe is saying you need to take a second look and a little bit different so that you get the right path and the right look at what's really going on before you make your next decision. So you're learning to get the help you need, get the answers, talking to somebody, you know, and this could be, some cases, talking to yourself. Nothing wrong with that. You know, just to understand why somebody did that, why somebody said that, whatever it happened to have been. But you have now come to the answer, much more clearer, and you will set yourself free from this. You won't keep hanging on to this anymore. You can allow it to just go away. And the Empress. Yeah, you planted your seeds well. You really have. You get to sit back and enjoy your abundance. You've nurtured it. You've brought it this far. Don't give up now. You know, you've accomplished so much. There's so much growth here. Don't sell yourself short. Pat yourself on the back, because you've been through some really tough things and you've managed to persevere and come out. And that's where you're at. You're more comfortable with you as a whole. So that is gorgeous to see, or I think so. And the Ten of Rods, yeah, you get to put those burdens down. You get to finally relax, walk away from all this stuff. You know, you get to enjoy yourself for a change without feeling guilty and stressed and all that. You're finally letting that go, letting yourself know it's okay. You can put those burdens down. You don't have to keep having responsibility for everybody, for everything. Let them take responsibility for their own. Because when you're not there, they're going to have to anyhow. And you already realize that. So now you're moving at a more calmer pace in life. You're feeling much more confident in yourself and your choices. And you are literally letting them take responsibilities for their own. So you're letting those burdens go. And the Magician, look at that. Wish fulfillment. Something that you've wanted is about to come to life. You know, you have self-confidence back. You have the willpower, the strength, the skills to create whatever you want in your life. And that's what you're doing this week. You are really understanding your strengths and your weaknesses and how to help yourself. And that is such a gift. And you're doing it from a more self-strength position. So whatever it is that you're trying to bring to your life, it's like magic. It will happen because you're actually making it come that way. In the shadows, yeah, you get to finally stop crucifying yourself, overthinking, over analyzing, stressing, worrying, you know, what if I could have did that, or what if didn't I do that, that sort of stuff. You're finally realizing that that is not going to fix it, undo it, or correct it. You need to let that extra stress go, because it's your health you're talking about here, and step into the light. Stop hanging in the shadows, you know, always beating yourself up for things that most of it you didn't have any control over it. So you're learning to step out of the shadows, forgive yourself, set that part of yourself free, and move forward into the future. So you are really finally understanding what makes yourself move forward, and you're doing it. You are actually doing it. You're finally admitting to yourself what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what you need to do to help yourself. And you're not shy about it finally. All right. Stress that comes from having many things happen all at once. Successful multitasking. Sudden events or changes. And there you go. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.